Welcome. We're going to be talking about annotated bibliographies. We're going to start talking about annotated bibliographies by simply looking at what it is. An annotated bibliography is a note that is explanatory or critical or evaluates an information source, and also gives the citation for that individual information source. And the citation, whether it's APA or MLA or Chicago, the citation begins, or the annotated bibliography begins with that citation. And the citation is exactly what you commonly put on your works cited page or your bibliography or your references page. So you have that citation, and underneath that citation you have your notes or your annotation on that specific article. Those two pieces come together to make an annotated bibliography. So here is an image of an annotated bibliography. This is one article that we're looking at here. You can see that the citation begins with the author's last name, and then you have the name of the article, the name of the article followed by your usual information for this is APA. And then everything is double spaced, but hanging indent you notice on your citation. When you begin your annotation, you continue aligning your text with that hang-in citation or hang-in indent. The annotation is one paragraph. It's 4 to 8 sentences long. Your professor may have specific instructions about how long it should be and exactly what the purposes of each one of those sentences should be. In this example, this is your standard annotation comprising of comment on the expertise or authority of the article, a sentence or two on the summary of the article content, how the article fits with your paper, how related or relevant it is, does it expand on the topic or the research, and identify perhaps the need for future research. These two items are more a reflection that you bring into the annotation, and the annotation should be something that can help you. It should be a tool when you're finished, so that as you go back to your articles, the annotations are actually going to help you organize your content and complete your writing. So an annotation itself is not just a summary, it is a critical evaluation. It looks at the relevance, the accuracy, the quality of your article. It includes your voice and your thoughts, and it's about 4 to 8 sentences long, and that's likely to vary from information source to information source. Perhaps Article 1, you have a full 8 sentences long. Article 2, perhaps you need just a sentence for each component of your annotation. Your component should be an evaluation piece, a summary, and then a reflection. The evaluation of that source may be 1 to 2 sentences long. You may be addressing the who, what, why, where regarding the article. Whatever it is about the article that really stands out to you in terms of evaluating the source, that should be the content for the evaluation. annotation. And here on the sample annotation, you can see that I use the authors as researchers at the RAND Corporation and RAND University. That's really all I said about the authority or the expertise. The summary part of the annotation. One, it would be 2 to 4 sentences long. It's probably the bigger part of the annotation. Ask yourself, what are the main points? And how would you describe the content to someone else? It's probably a really good way to go about summarizing the content. And here you can see that the larger type in purple is the summary of this particular article. It is referring to data from a survey, and its purpose is to test the hypothesis that non-family cohabitation by young adults alters their attitudes and moves them away from their belief in traditional sex roles. So that's the hypothesis, and that stands out to you as you're reviewing, writing your annotation, your critical explanatory evaluation of this article. The reflection is 1 to 2 sentences long. It's your opportunity to bring your voice in, your opportunity to say, is this source helpful? Is it going to help you explain and answer your research question? Has it changed how you think about the topic? Was the source too advanced, difficult to understand, or was it really elementary? Do you, as you're looking at it, as you read about it, perhaps the authors actually saw a gap in their knowledge? That would be a good reflection to add into your annotation, or perhaps additional research is needed on your particular topic or your question. Here is the part of the annotation that addresses the reflection part of the note, how the article fits your paper. Apparently this research expands and reinforces, sorry about that, the question that is central to this paper, and there was a need for future research. So, depending on how many articles that you have, each one of those articles will have a citation and an annotation. And then the overall paper components. With APA, you would have a title page that would list your name. Your basic title page for APA would be your name, your professor's name, the course name, the date of the due date on your assignment, and you can refer back to our APA guide to make sure you have each one of those components on your cover or title page. Now with MLA, it would be a bit different. You would have on your very first page that heading that gives that basic identifying information, and then you would immediately go into the annotated bibliography. With APA, you would have the title page separate, and then page number 2 would be the annotated bibliography. The page layout, as with most papers, would be a 1-inch margin, top, bottom, left, and right. The document will be double-spaced throughout. The entries will be alphabetized, just like you do on your references page. You take that the first letter from each title or each author's last name, and that very first letter of your citation will be alphabetized. The APA references or the works cited, if you're using MLA, will be the same as for a paper or that final page. You'll have the identical format. You'll have the hanging indents. The annotations will be aligned with that hanging indent from your citation, that 0.5 inward indent. And the annotations will be one paragraph comprising of 4 to 8 sentences. Again, check with your professor about the length of the annotation to see if there's any differences in hers or his expectations. If you have questions, please let us hear from you. You can look at the research guide that is down here. The URL will take you directly to the APA Annotated Bibliography page so that you can gather some more information. And of course, each one of our guides have all of a variety of ways to contact us if you should have any additional questions.